Hello. All right. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Also, welcome to the neighborhood, everyone. I'm Lauren Brown. This is the official Lauren Brown YouTube channel, and I gotta say thank you so much. You all have been extremely supportive. I've been looking in the comments, as you correctly guessed. I've been like trying to figure out how to get everything working, testing connections, all this stuff. So, yeah, your patience means a lot to me. Yeah. Okay, I see some ones in there. Hi, Cookies. Hi, Marshar. Hi, Lorna. I know I saw Lydia earlier as well. Yeah. So I have a fun night for us planned. So, you know, before I get into that, I want to ask everyone, let me know how your week has been. It's been about what, 6 days or so since we last saw each other last, interacted. And while you're doing that, in that comment section, please be sure to like and share this with your, network, and subscribe and all that good stuff. But yeah, so this is the schedule for this is a little different, and I now again way more understand Baron when he's like 3 hours late. No shade, Baron, no shade, all love. But I mean, that man has what, like 80 slides sometimes. I have maybe 14, and I'm already going nuts. So I can very much understand. All right, so tonight is music night, and that's just a really fun, like theme. The idea is that we can all, talk about something, our relationship to it. There's so many ways that I think music affects all of us, whether that's, the good times that we have with it, or using it to, carry us through tough times, or if you're working out, it helps you to maintain pace, cadence, momentum. So, yeah, the idea of today was to kind of celebrate that, the influence, the way that the role that that plays in our lives. And so I'm going to just make sure I didn't miss anything in the comments, and then we can switch into the discussion. I think it'll be fun. It's almost a trivia night, but trivia that pull inspiration from your own life. So there are no bad grades. There are no bad answers here. It's just time for us to hang out, and I hope you have fun. All right, let me make sure I say hello to everyone. Okay, so hi, Nellie Dean. Hello as well. We've got Lorna says, great week, snowy, but you're catching up with your reading. That's the best. One of the things that we experience, sorry, I'm like folding my cuffs up because they're just awkward. But one of the great parts of reading that kind of gets lost when you use digital is just the tactile, soothing quality of having a book in your hands. So that's a very cozy sounding experience to have the snow and a nice book in your hands. Okay. Hi, Joy. Hello. You and my mother share something in common. Her nickname is your name. Also, happy birthday to my mother. Today is her birthday. And not only has she been a rock for my whole entire life, but she's also been uh, just she doesn't compare. There's no one I can compare her to, but I'm so grateful for um, the fact that this is our week. Hello, Lady T. Nice to see you. And let me go back because I know there was a number. So like, look, I mean, Lydia, do you see? You're always so thoughtful. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Um, Hi. Yes. Hello again. There we go. Um, Hi, Sheila. Okay, all right. So we'll pop back down and get into. Oh, thank you so much. I will pass along your well wishes for my mother's birthday. She was like, make sure you let them know uh, that we're kind of celebrating too. So that got into everything. And I was like, Mom, I don't think I should use you as an excuse for something at this age. Uh, but she's always had my back, and she deserves mountains of perfection in whatever way she wants. Yeah, unequivocally. Yeah, I'm definitely passing all these on. I hope she also gets to see these as she sometimes like will watch, but usually it's like 3 weeks later. She's busy, but she'll see it. She'll see your well wishes. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'll come back to make sure I don't miss anything as well. All right. So if I click on any weird screens and you see gray, just go with it. All right. So I do believe that we are. Oh yeah, and this is kind of the lobby, y'all. This is the salon in my mind that we are all uh hanging out in. Um and yeah, it's cute, right? It's pretty grand and ornate. I'm a library fiend. This was AI generated image, by the way. Uh, you can do so much with artificial intelligence, and just wanted to have a little tech moment and just remind everyone of the good things. All right, so here we go. Fingers crossed. Oh, listen, right at the start. Okay, Sharon, thank you very much. I appreciate it. My heart is like pitter pattering right now because I just want you to have a great time. And I so deeply appreciate the super sticker. Thank you for being in the neighborhood and for being another one of those longtime supporters in the uh, time that we have started this neighborhood. Thank you. Oh, wow. Okay. Hi, Via Speaks Royally. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the neighborhood hangout and chat. Our theme today is music. And remember to like this video so more people see it and know to show up. And to yeah, to anyone who had to wait from the original time, thank you. Okay. So, yeah, let's get into it. And I will have my water right here. So, the first question I have for everybody, and it's of course comment in the chat and share it. What is your favorite genre of music and why? And of course, I'll get into a little bit of that information as well. But first, I want to hear from you. I want to learn about you. You know, you're truly special people, and I say that with all of the warmth in my heart. Um, the reason we any of us really either knew or discovered each other was because we care about many of the same things. And I advocacy or seeing the world, those are very broad-minded ways of being. So all right, I'm going to pause a little bit and let you all uh, just type up what your favorite genre of music is. And in the meantime, I will throw some of your comments on the screen as well. So here we go. Okay. All right. I see some comments here, so I'm gonna read some of them. Let's see what you think. Um, well, one, Lynn, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the setting. I think classy is the way to be, and I also want nothing less for all of you. You're a classy bunch, so you know you got to give the people what they want and what they deserve, right? All right, I saw. Oh, I see. Joy Armour, did I read this? Thank you very much. You wrote happy birthday to official Lauren Brown's mother, and there's a little cake and some prayer hands. I appreciate it on her behalf, and I'll, of course, let her know. Um, and Sharon says, love you all. I am at a one, I guess, 1 year old birthday party. Oh, that's a new life. That's like, I feel like that's more a milestone for the family. Like we made it 1 year into parenthood. Congrats to them. Happy birthday to the little one, and pass on the neighborhood, well wishes. If we were a non-virtual neighborhood, some of us would be bringing over casseroles or um, not casseroles, lasagnas, maybe some rice and peas, some jerk chicken. But I won't get into all of that because I'll make all of us hungry this evening. Okay. So the question for our music theme for tonight is, what is your favorite music genre and why? And I see Lorna has said here, reggae, dance hall, and R&B. And I'm assuming, is that in order of most favorite, least favorite, or is it kind of all generally like the but loved on equal level and an equal measure? um yeah, let us know. Oh, hey, Jason and Gina, what's up? I totally wanted to text you guys, but I was between um you know all that today is at the start of this wonderful family week. Mother's birthday is today. Happy birthday to my mom once again. Thank you for giving me life and for literally being the most sane individual I've ever seen in any circumstance, despite how insane so many circumstances are. She helps so many people and she's wonderful. Anyway, yeah, I meant to text you today. And between that and trying to figure out how do you do a presentation on here, I uh, I didn't get to. So I'm so glad to see you. Okay, so Lydia Washington, you say I love R&B from the 90s. Oh, nice. Okay, so are you like oh, let me finish reading it. But also love gospel. Okay. What kind of gospel are we talking? I love them as it speaks to my soul and inspires me. Well, isn't that what it should do? I hear that. I hear that. So when you say from the 90s, who are your uh, favorites? I was a tyke in the 90s as I was a 92 baby. So I remember much of it from I don't know, it almost feels like I was kind of raised partially on it, being in Brooklyn and, you know, when you wake up on a weekend, what music is blasting wherever you go, right? Which is one of the coolest things about just being around diverse people. You kind of hear all of these different um, genres and sounds, and it becomes part of what is normal. Yeah, who do you like? Comment, let me know. And who are the gospel artists that you also like? Let us know. Okay, so next we have Sheila Dews, and she says she likes old school R&B. All right, we're getting an R&B theme. Y'all are probably gonna laugh when you see what I like, but I think in a good way too. You and please tell me what do you uh, why do you like it? Like what about that genre speaks to you? As Lydia said, it speaks to her soul. It inspires her. What does it do for you? Okay. All right, Lady T. She says, I'm old school, 60s, 70s, and 80s soul, some 90s, but the older music was the best. Honestly, I have to agree with you on just the instrumentation and the musicality. There are some things that you just don't repeat. You don't get to repeat in modern music in the same way. And I think part of it is, and if you follow me on Instagram, I don't know if you're on there, but of course, my handle is at official Lauren Brown. It's the same for TikTok, and it's real Lauren Brown um, for X, I guess. But I love to listen to the artists where their vocals are extracted, and you can, hear them and how they sound apart from the instrumentation. And I think Marvin Gaye is like, you know, it when you hear how beautifully he can, go from octave to octave, and it's just you start thinking about how like, oh, wow, and Michael Jackson and Aretha and all these different people, but they didn't have, voice modulators. They didn't have, um, any kind of auto-tune, so they had to do it, and when you think of the fact that these tours that would have been done night after night, and you're not necessarily, in the most easy to breathe locations because people were smoking indoors, and I think of, like, Diana Ross and the way that her voice just so, um, is still so powerful with, like, that purity. These artists that, you know, we know of as just these giants today, and how, Motown, like, how they managed to deliver. And of course, we know that there are some less than sunny stories in the process, but focusing just on the talent, those voices have to be powerful. So I can see how you say that. Um, okay. All right. VS speaks royally. I might have to shift myself up a little bit. One second, y'all. I don't think I know how to do that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Can we? Okay, let's move this. Because I want to be able to read you and you read me. You know what I mean? All right. Okay. All right. Cool. So VS Speaks says house music and R&B. I love that. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, we've got some stuff in common. Hey. Jason and Gina just saying good night. I don't know if that's like a good night or a good night, but either way, have a great one. Okay, so Alan Aberdeen, you say that you love praise and worship, and Lady T, I'm seeing gospel is your soul cleanser. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, all right. Well, um, I hear you all. It's we've got a lot of, I think, in common, and that heart thing that touches everyone is shared. Um, so, all right. Well, what is my answer? Lauren's answer is a three-way tie because I'm going to cheat and I'm going to say it really directly. I'm going to make none of this difficult for myself, and I'm going to just, yeah. Number one is pop, dance, and electronic, and basically every offshoot that has ever been invented of this particular iteration. Second to that is this is the part where you might go, and it's not the first one, it's the second one. So, number two, I put them together, classical and Bulgarian folk music. Yeah, so I actually am obsessed with classical music, and uh, it's a love that appears in the most random times, and um, but it endures. And weirdly enough, I actually think classical has a lot in common with dance music, electronic music. I think if you listen to Paganini or Vivaldi, and you're trying to follow a melody, you'll start to understand that energy, and go, oh my gosh, this is like straight up rave music, but for the, I don't know, 1700s, whenever they were alive and performing. And third, I have experimental jazz. And again, kind of for the same reason, there's something like exploratory. So I kind of explain it as um, I would rather dance and zone out, feel like a warrior with certain artists, which is actually how Bulgarian folk music makes me feel. Um, uh, and also, yeah, and experimental jazz. I think of this Swedish jazz group called Tonbruket. I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Maybe when Connie Bomber sees this, as she is in Switzerland, she can give me the proper spelling. Um, but yes, so I probably cannot sing the whole thing, but I just love like there's a kind of like music is this thing that I think connects directly without us having to, work at it, right? Um, I love to just have something that makes me move, good bass, it oh my gosh, I can't tell you guys how many musical experiences I've had in the last 6 days, but we can talk about that towards the end of it. Um, but there is there is a collective of young women who sing Bulgarian folk music, and one of them is like Yumavea Yumavoe Kape Koema Kape Koema Yumaveo Yumavea Yumavoe Kape Koema Yumave, and it just keeps going and going. And then like there's little moments in there that are just so like "Akayon paya ahatuson, paya ahatus, akayon paya hatuson, paya ahatus." And like you have to learn. I like it for the vocal exercise because you have to get a lot of like dexterity and your lips have to kind of you start to warm up your lip muscles. So just musically, I love it. And yeah, I'm a classical fan and I'm a dance fan. If you put on something that's got great bass and is going to make me, again, apologies for the environmental noise, that's going to make me want to go, Jason and Gina can definitely attest to the fact that that will be happening. All right. So JMatt says, love the 90s R&B, but don't laugh. I also love opera. Ah, are you kidding? Why would I laugh at that? First of all, amazing. Um, I totally get it. I also love opera. When I think I was 14 and Borders bookstores were still a thing and they also had CDs that they were selling, and I still have my Purple CD player, y'all. Which is so funny because my relationship to Purple has very much changed recently in the last few years. I think I overdid it, but at that age, I bought one of the first opera albums, and I cannot remember the name of the artist, but her album was entirely gold, and she was covered in gold. And I think I like just, I mean, it's not a record player, but if it was, I would have destroyed it and needed to buy a new one. Um, Nothing to laugh at. You're welcome to the neighborhood. Okay. All right. All right, I see here. Marshar says jazz is my favorite music genre, as sung by Nina Simone and Billie Holiday, because they tell stories that fit certain moments in my life. I hear that. Their songs reflect my inner soul of strength through hardships. Ooh, Marshar, that's deep. That's deep. That was like poetic. That was wonderful. Okay. I don't think I need to say anything. You said it all. And yes, those women very much, I think, have managed to capture so much of the experience of so many in important and profound ways that impact all of us in the country. So um, they deserve all of the acknowledgement, you know. And here we go. Jason and Gina say happy and blessed birthday to my mama. Yes, even though she does not let me call her mama because I think it's because my grandmother is we called my grandmother mama, so she's Ma. My mom is Ma. But if she hears someone else calling her Ma, she won't answer, but if I call her Ma, she'll answer. It's you know how families are. But yeah, um, she would actually hear that from you and love that though. Yeah, she loves people. She would love hearing you say that. So funny. So basically strangers can say it. I just can't say it. That's really the rule. You're safe. Oh, Sharon Augustin, I'm dancing to some Indian music. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. I remember when back in the day when I'd had a PC and Microsoft had it was doing this thing where it was like releasing um like I guess I don't know if it was to compete with what Apple was doing with iTunes at the time or I guess the iPod or whatever, but they had artists that they would include kind of prepackaged. Like my brain can't think of it right now, but I actually know what the formal phrasing is, and it's based on certain deals, and you just it's preloaded. But anyway, um, the artists that I discovered was Karsh Kale. I think that's how you pronounce his name, or Kirsch Kale. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it's the drums. That like really almost like water drip drum. It's like small-ish, and played really closely. And Yeah, I definitely played that nonstop. And I had a friend in college. I remember university days where we would have random dance parties. And when I say random, I mean we just decided that we needed to have a dance party, and we would just turn the music up. And so it would be whatever we have. And sometimes it was, music from uh, India, and I can't remember exactly what region she was from, but I know that her family's language was Kannada, but I can't remember exactly what that was. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. All of it's beautiful, ain't it? Lorna Williams is also appreciating the opera. Love that. I wonder how far behind I am on these comments. I hope I'm not dragging you all. Love the Purple Hearts. Okay, so Lorna, thank you for answering this question from earlier when I asked you. So you're saying old and new reggae, Marley, of course, dance hall because I love to keep up with the youngster and R&B soul. um, I appreciate a great voice, Aretha Franklin, Jennifer Hudson. My gosh, she's somehow over and underrated. It's very strange, but um, all awesome choices. Thanks for the deep dive, y'all. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so Sheila Dews now. Oh, sorry, J Matt. Didn't mean to skip you. Very valuable. We like you here in the neighborhood. I also love reggae, Bob Marley, Shaba, and Buju. Ooh, Buju Banton is like, it's so funny. I don't often hear when I was younger, we used to have a lot of reggae in the house. Just like a kind of ongoing sound, ambiance. And and then there was a time when, because everyone was like working on something, I was older and in school, and my father was no longer just like in college learning coding, and there was all that other stuff that we talked about that I won't bring into this because this is a fun episode as far as work. um but I've heard him talk quite like proudly about Buju Banton, and like for me, when I hear, you know, everyone you mentioned, when I hear their music, it's I don't know. I don't it just feels like, I guess, like coming home again. I feel like that's the answer I say for everything, but it's good to have a lot of homes. Thank you, J Matt. Sheila Dews, I'm over 60 now. It just brings back so many memories when life was so carefree, enjoying family. I'm going to ask you a question about that. I'm so glad you said that. And yeah, that's what music does. It can transport you through time. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. Gotta take a sip. I really want to get um, a water bottle, like a like a refillable one. But I have this right now, and I have so many cords around that I'm just not willing to cause chaos with electricity. Um, so Lorna Williams said, Gina, Jason and Gina. So, Michael Jackson. It was Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and disco in your playlist. My gosh, you are out here living and having a life, because every single one of those people can either blow musically, and I mean that in a good way, or like you're on the dance floor. So I hear that. Also, disco really and truly was like the when I think of how disco brought people together, and then after disco, so many of the genres fractured, and so you kind of had like people who liked country over here, and people who liked, or line dancing or whatever over there, and people who were more into R&B or soul over here. It's like it I don't know what it was about disco. Maybe someone who was more connected to the genre with experience can explain it to me, but like even as you hear, you know, like a disco tune, there's a feeling of like it's just different. It's different, and I want to know more about that genre. So thank you for bringing it up. I know you weren't talking to me. I was just being nosy. Okay, I was just being nosy, nosy neighbor. Oh, Terry, hi, saying hello, everyone. All right, Lydia Washington says, I love real singers like Whitney, Mariah, Brandy, and Monica. Oh, En Vogue was your favorite group. No music required. That a cappella moment when the voices just kind of become somehow like their own accompaniment, let alone people who can actually harmonize with, like, do the vocal harmony due to the, which is a whole other thing and amazing. Yeah, I agree with you. J Matt, you say you also like reggae. Whitney was your girl. Whitney had a voice that I think was really pure. And when I say pure, what I mean is just that, again, similar to like with a Marvin Gaye, and I mean, really, so many people, but uh, it never felt in the listening like she was struggling to reach the note. It almost seemed like she was yawning and relaxing into it with power, and she could just float above it and vibrate through it. It was cool. Cool is an understatement. Cookies, hi. Okay, all right. Marshar, what are you saying here? Okay, being a Southern girl, you also love country music as sung by Rissy Palmer, Miko Marks. Is it Miko or Miko? Rhiannon Giddens. Yes. Black folks sing country too. Yes. This music shows my down home side and being close to family. Isn't that amazing how it connects you to all of this? It isn't just, it isn't just movement of waves through air. It is a culture, it is a way of thinking, it is a style. And that's actually one of the, along with wanting to explore disco, that was one of the things that I was like really interested in, getting to know more. And I still am. When you're so occupied, right? You always have to find time to do those things, those things you have the passion for. But I just really, uh, when when the people who kind of originated, the sound, do the sound, it feels different. It feels different. V Thomas says, hello, everyone. Hello, V Thomas. That's a thumbs up. I don't know if you can see it. A peace sign. Okay. All right. I love seeing everybody chatting with each other. This is a neighborhood hangout. We're all in the salon chatting. I did say I brought virtual pound cake. I don't know if there's enough. There's also coffee cake. If you don't like that, or perhaps gluten is not your friend, there are some gluten-free cookies. I cannot vouch per se for their moistness if you like a soft cookie, chocolate chip, but they are gluten free. And there's also a virtual sparkling apple cider. So, uh, you know, feel free to take, you know, a tea plate and gather your portions and enjoy it. I hope everyone's like literally got a snack though, because that's the best. All right. Lorna, what I find hilarious is when a youngster comes up to you and says this is their favorite song and it sounds familiar to you because it's a sample from an earlier time. Yeah, I am that youngster many a time. And I love that actually, you know? I mean, it's like even recently with oh my gosh, how am I gonna not remember her name now? Walk on by, dun, 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 and the purple, like the lavender dress. I didn't know about her when I was younger just because my parents would always listen on the radio in our car. But truly, that was like a that was a moment for a lot, and I love it. I think that's awesome because to me that means there's been true exchange and true um, like connection, right? The generations don't always have to be at odds. Thank you for your comment there. Oh yeah, Jason and Gina, I see you and Lynn are having a good conversation. I'm just gonna pass by, but I waved in the parlor. I'm gonna, you know, check and make sure everyone's got a nice cup of glass of cider because we don't do cups here. Sorry, this is classy. Okay. Hi. V Thomas saying hello to a bunch of us. Um, Lady T says, Lorna, a lot of the music, yeah, samples of the 70s, absolutely. You still have your boombox, Marshar. You know, I make that face, but we've got two handheld radios in our base. I have no place to judge you. I have no place to judge you. But so when you say boombox, is it like the full square and everything, like the whole thing? Because some of my youngest memories in Brooklyn, I remember guys walking around with like basically these suitcase boom boxes and like just when you look back at that and you're like, that wasn't even ironic. That was just what people did. And, you know, depending on which neighborhood, they might have just been taking and protecting, we're saying protecting their own personal vehicle radios. But no, I'm really referring to the boombox there. That's so funny. Does it still work? I imagine it does. Let me know, Marshar. Oh gosh, we got a lot of opera lovers here. Lady T, nice. Okay. Southern Girl, there you go. Oh, I love that. I love that you write poetry. Yeah, I find it's a very great way to express things that I don't necessarily not necessarily know how to do, or it's a way to say what you want to say without being an a-hole. That's just that's just that's just how I feel about it personally. Oh, but it's also beautiful. It can be quite beautiful. And that's music, right? Oh gosh. Y'all sound like aunties right now. Lorna Williams, you're so funny. You do sound like an auntie right now. And I mean that with love. So true about the young ones thinking, we do think we reinvented the wheel. Why not? You know, we didn't know when it was first created, and then we made it. We feel very special. Let us have our borrowed glory. Oh no, but it's I think it's cool when we can then like get that like schooling and it becomes again a bonding moment. Oh, Lady T, you're just trying to start something here. No originality. All right, I'll let you have that because I'm respectful and I love when people can have their misunderstandings safely. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So we've got here. I listen to rap, especially when you're cleaning. Old school rap. Okay, what like KRS One old school, or are you talking like Sugar Hill Gang old school, or like what kind of old school is this? Run DMC old school? Because how old is it? Like 50 years? Is the genre 50 years old? And you say the stuff today you don't understand. Well, I mean, the cool thing with rap, and I've obviously disclaimer that I should have said probably at the very beginning of this whole like exploration. I am not an expert in music. I just like to deep dive on things I like. So, um, you know, what I find really cool is when you look at the history of rap and hip hop as like one kind of blend, depending on what region you were in, how the sounds changed. When it was Northeast, when it was, um, West Coast, when it went Midwest and South is kind of like owning and reigning right now. And I have some family who like to have fun with me every now and then when I visit. They're in Georgia. Hello to all of my Georgia cousins, which the number has actually increased recently. So congrats and also hello. Um, that thing where they talk fast and there are no consonants, only vowels. I do think it adds a little extra specialness to the rap, and I mean that in a good way because like I do think sometimes almost like scatting in jazz. Um, Truly trying to say words can get in the way of rhythm. So, like, say them in the way that I'm talking now, or I like to pronounce all of my T's. Sometimes you just need to let it flow, you know, sonically. So that's my thought on it. But I do see your point. It can be sometimes, as they joke, mumble rap, but we all had our things. All right. Faithful saying hello again. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the neighborhood hangout. Um, all right, let's see. Oh, Freedom Earners TV asks, how are we doing on this lovely night? Glad to tune in. Glad to have you here, freedom lovers, freedom earners. I'm sure you love it as well. Freedom Earners TV. Um, Good. I'm good. I guess the neighborhood will tell you how they're doing in the comments. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Lady T says, search for Minnie Riperton on CD and finally found it. You started crying. Oh, yeah. I relate to that. You will get no judgment from me there. Okay. And Terry H says, pop, jazz, R&B, dance hall, and everything in between. Yes. I mean, as you can see from what is on the screen that way. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's a little bit of all of it. Um, okay. So, wow. Oh, Lynn, my gosh. Thank you. Now, because my mother has seen this, you have given her a wonderful birthday gift. Thank you. Um, no, she's very loving and generous, but it's just funny. And so you messaged here, happy birthday to my mom, coming all the way from Jamaica. Thank you. Thank you. Please do send some Aki and for me and for her. Um, if you could send over some Guinep, that would be great. I think she'd really like that. Thank you. And thank you for your donation. It means a lot. Oh, okay. That's not for me. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lady T. Dionne Warwick. Cannot believe that her name escaped me. That was strange. Jason and Gina says, my mother still has her 8-track player and the cassettes. Hey, honestly, um, before my late grandmother, uh, she had she had one of those like, and it basically was just used as a buffet in our sunroom, in her sunroom, and yeah, you never know what those things will be in the future, so why not? And Jason and Gina also schooled me there. Thank you very much, Dionne Warwick. Thank you. Lorna Williams says Toots and the Maytals. Yes, Robbie Shakespeare, Sly, and Sly Dunbar, Peter Tosh. Mm. As someone who I won't even say it, but I love Peter Tosh. Yes, and reggae. Yeah, lots of pride there. Okay, so I'm going to read the next two comments and then go on to the next question. All right, so Sheila says you need some Frankie Beverly and Maze. It's one of your favorite groups of all time. Ah, well, keep that in mind and add to that list. All right, let's see. I love that you have the whole you so you got the big box. This is Marshar here. We're talking about the boom box she has, and it still works. You never allowed your kids to ever play with it. So last week it was, we learned that depending on how well you want your Christmas decorations to go, you might not want anyone tampering in it if their hands are typically sticky and because they're young, right? Let's put that out there. And if you have any vintage electronics, because it's now considered vintage, um, don't let anyone under the age of what 13 play with it. Even now, when you think about it, like the headphones and the cassette player, like that is I think it was like Shawn Mendes did as a special release for one of his albums, um, putting his music and sending it to like the press or friends or something like that in a cassette player, but like the one where it's like flat and you can do the like recording and you press the button. It's not the one that had the headphone jack. Oh, Cookies and Cream says you still have your cassettes, your LPs, your 45s, and now you have all of your father's 8-track tapes. Look at you. I love that. Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna move us to the next slide now. All right. Can you name your top 5 music artists? Any genre? Just any genre. So you don't have to keep it to one, and why. And I'm gonna give you all a second to go and write down your faves, top 5. Lady T, I did see your comment, and absolutely. And I love to again hear a lot of these groups with their vocals isolated, just to hear the voice. Um, all right. Lorna Williams says one of your new faves, yes, is John Baptiste. His American Symphony documentary on Netflix is really good. It was produced by the Obamas. I did see the trailer for that, and I really, really want to go watch that. I do believe it's on my list. I added it. I'm glad to know you liked it. So now it's like I can have it as a endorsement for it. And I think you know John Baptiste is someone who it's really easy to we I think we built a connection because he was on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert um, for years, and that kind of created a chance to know the person and to see, his passion, like the way that he like breathes musically. I have come to appreciate to such a different degree musicianship. And when you look at what he does, it's quite cool. So, Lorna, thanks for sharing that one. All right, I see we've got a few answers. Should I? Yeah, all right, let's go here. Okay. So Marshar says, my top 5 are Nina Simone. And again, the question is, can you name your top 5 music artists of any genre and why? So Marshar says, my top 5 are Nina Simone, Billie Holiday, Etta James, Whitney Houston, and Donna Summer. First of all, Donna Summer is like such a dancing queen. Like it's just, there's her awesome. I think you picked literal classics, modern classics, I do think that literally every one of these women is someone who uh, will continue to be discussed for generations, in the same way that we would discuss Bach or a Beethoven or a Paganini or you know, whoever was hot in the 20s, Um, we're in the 20s now. That's why that joke is funny to me. It's a corny reason to laugh, but I'll laugh anyway. Okay. So Sheila Dew says Teddy Pendergrass, Freddie Jackson, Luther Vandross, the Jackson Five, and the Temptations. First of all, yes, 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 yes. Um, I need to get more into Teddy Pendergrass. I've heard a few, um, and like because these are literally, like I said, modern classics. Every single person has heard a song from literally every single person you listed. And so sometimes we know them and we don't even know we know them, which is then when, as Lady T says, the unoriginal young ones of us think we discovered Teddy Pendergrass. All right. Thank you, Sheila. Um, all right. We have Big Chill. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the neighborhood. I hope you grabbed your slice of pound cake, and we have glasses of sparkling champagne, and there is gluten-free chocolate chip cookies if you have any internal issues. All right, you've got Peter Tosh. Rod Stewart was um. I think I know what you're saying, but you might need to clarify this and the narrative a little bit. Oh, hold on. If you hear a little bit of noise, I'm trying to turn this because this is a directional mic and I've been slightly away from it. I don't know how it'll sound now. Okay. Oh, I love when heavy chords move things. I'm just new to this. So, yeah. Peter Tosh, love. Rod Stewart, that voice. So were you conceived? Was did you is it a lyric reference that I'm missing? Yeah. Comment. Let me know. Okay. All right. I see someone here saying, okay, thank you, Lorna. You just offering it up today. I love it. Yeah, Patsy Cline, Billie Holiday, Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin, bangers, all of them. Okay, Alan Aberdeen, your artists are Don Moen. I don't know that name. Alvin Slaughter, yes. Ron Kennelly, I'm not familiar. Paul Wilbur. I love these names though. Like they all really have power in them. And you say they're great singers. I can imagine. So are these primarily gospel singers? R&B as well. Uh, just inform for the neighborhood. Everybody coming in with different loves and likes, right? But thank you for sharing, Alan. Big Chill likes Louis Armstrong, but Trees of Green. I can't do it because I'm not Louis Armstrong. I'm also not a man, and I already have a low enough voice. I don't need to strain it to make it deeper. But who doesn't? I don't know if that was Louis Armstrong that I just sang, but I do like Louis Armstrong. Who doesn't? It's like, oh, anyway. Jason, they brought you to this space in nothing but love. Oh, here you go. Here you go. There's love back for you. I don't have access to an emoji right now, so there you go. All right. There you go. Top 5: Whitney, Bocelli, Andrea, I'm assuming, Bob Marley, and Bryan Adams. Nice. Marshar. Oh, okay. All right. That's not for me. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad because I like I said, I wasn't sure if I brought enough virtual food for everybody, but I do encourage snacks ahead of these so that we can all make sure we're enjoying. Oh, you were. Oh, thank you for the clarification. You were conceived to Rod Stewart. That feels very appropriate. And I feel like Rod Stewart would be very proud to hear that. And he's probably heard that a few times because that is exactly the kind of music I think he intended to make. Thanks. Lady T says, "OLB, I don't mind the sampling. I just want you all to experience the real deal. We had some good music back in the day." You know, I agree with you. I agree with you. There's something about the real deal that you just can't fake. And maybe that's self-explanatory, but there's something to musicianship. And I think as well when all of it, when it can't be fixed in post, right? I think that's why, like, even live streams, right? They have a different energy to recordings, and you have a different feeling of togetherness, right? Um, I know I remember when I was doing some open mics and when I joined some friends, when they might have had a gig and then they just said, "Hey, come on," and like, people just drop up, throw themselves on stage. Not literally, but like you go up on stage and somebody's like playing a tune, you're like, "Well, I know this one, so I think I can riff it to, you know, whatever, and I'll do a little call and answer, and hopefully I'll muddle through the song in a way that's fun and figure it out." There is something to live music, and beyond that, when it's really, really coming from years of honed talent. And uh, I'm going to actually quote a comedian. This is Roy Wood Jr. I think it was on his Instagram, but it was an excerpt from an interview he did that might be here on YouTube. And he was saying that there was once a time when, studios or record labels would spot talent, and then they'd say, I think really in the Motown model following after that, and they would develop the talent. And so you'd see when artists came out, they really were so much more fully formed. Whereas because of various things, changing technology, shifting financial incentives, increased access, which is, that is very good as far as, we can pretty much all get great sound equipment, at least to a moderate level, as, from an amateur or indie perspective. Um, and so a lot more of what gets put out, it's just, it hasn't actually been honed. And I do think that there are a lot of young artists now who are going to be classics as well. And I had this thought randomly as I was making the presentation here that kind of like Dua Lipa makes me think of a young Cher for some reason. All right. But thank you for your comment. I'm like totally not like keeping up with everybody. Sorry. Thank you for the clarification, Alan. Those are praise and worship singers. Nice. I do believe Alvin Slaughter was like always playing on the sound system at the hair salon that my mother and I would frequent when we were younger. And then it became bachata music when we moved, and it was a completely different energy. But, good stuff. B. Thomas says they love Tina Turner, Whitney Houston, Bob Marley, and the Wailers. Look, I mean, what is it? What is it about reggae? Bob Marley and the Wailers, Aretha Franklin, and Culture, reggae artists. Yes, I've heard of Culture. I'm not sure if I've heard their music, but I've heard the name. Joy says Stephanie Mills, Melba Moore, Diana Ross, Luther Vandross, Jeffrey Osborne. The two that I'm not familiar with, Jeffrey Osborne and Stephanie Mills. I know of Stephanie Mills. Jeffrey Osborne, I'm not as familiar with. Diana Ross can just like take my soul with her because she's definitely going like to heaven. She's great. Love her. Luther Vandross with the love music of your time. Yeah. Yeah. I think if you hear that like tone, it will make many an in love person feel quite excited, to put it as elegantly as I can. If you let my mind, you think I'm sexy. Yeah, Rod Stewart. It was a jam. That's a jam. All right. Okay. There are too many artists to choose from. Cookies and Cream says, I see that's the conundrum, right? And you have Gladys Knight, yep, Donna Summer, Dionne Warwick, Barbara Streisand, Nancy Wilson, Aretha Franklin, Cher, Shaka Khan, Natalie Cole. Listen, yeah, yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. I get it. All right, y'all. So this next slide, I'm going to name mine, and they are not necessarily the same, but I think, yeah, some will make sense, some won't. So my top 5 artists, and these are in no particular order, and frankly, just like all of you, they literally change. I rewrote this slide, I think 5 times. And when I say 5 times, I mean with completely different people, 5 times. And then I did that thing where I have to cheat and I have to like slash and share if I feel like the two sound similar enough. So I have as the first one that's listed is Nelly Furtado. And she is, I believe she is Canadian, but she's of Portuguese extraction or Brazilian. I'm not sure. And she's the one who did the like promiscuous girl, wherever you are. That one. And Sia, I don't need a dollar bill to have fun tonight. I love cheap, that one. Bruno Mars, 24 karat magic in the air, right? Dennis Brown, always up for some fight all through the night. That's a Jamaican artist, a reggae artist. And I learned about him through my mother. She bought his album and then just blasted it. And I was like, first of all, his last name is Brown, like every Jamaican. And my last name is Brown. It's a different Brown from the average Jamaican, but it is still something in common, darn it. But on top of that, I loved the way that the way his voice would flutter when he would like hold out a note. And who was the artist or what was the time? Somebody explain to me the why of this. There is a chunk of time where I kept hearing from different reggae artists them doing their own echoes, like why was that? What am I missing? And I asked that not judgmentally, but with actual curiosity and complete confusion. All right, next up on the list I have is Vivaldi, Max Richter / Hans Zimmer. So, as someone who I genuinely love music and I love musicality and I love instrumentation, and it is so personal, so it's like weird because I'm actually, believe it or not, dancing a line on do I talk about it, do I not? But what I'll say is that I'm always inspired by Vivaldi's compositions, and the one that I think is the most well known is his four seasons, winter, summer, spring, autumn. And a composer, Max Richter, did a recomposition of the four seasons and like the allegro and the different I can't remember what you call it, movements. I can't remember what the technical term is. Um, and it, if you saw the reel or the short that I posted before last week's um, live, that is actually Max Richter's recomposition of Vivaldi's Summer, I believe. I believe it's Summer. I'm not sure. But there's something about Vivaldi that's like heavy metal, but classical. Or like a really good rock, like a Foo Fighters, but classical, or like a I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but when I hear Vivaldi and when I hear specifically um his four seasons, and like my it's like my soul, I can breathe. I feel like I'm completely in another place, and I also feel so much more powerful, and I accomplish a whole bunch of stuff in the process. I don't know. It just feels like, how and I'm just using the quote. This is not necessarily an endorsement of anyone's opinions, right? But Kanye says every superhero has his theme music. I think I would literally make Max Richter's Vivaldi my theme music. And that might be saying a lot, but if that makes people uncomfortable, they can take it. That's fine. And I put, of course, Hans Zimmer because he's also just a wonderful composer. And I think I've listened to his composition time for the movie Inception more times in the last decade than probably makes sense. And I remember it getting me through college courses back in the day, and it was great. And then number five, to round out this extremely long explanation of my top fives of artists, I've got a tie with Florence Welch and Dua Lipa. And um, Dua Lipa just knows how to write a song that gives you like power woman on the dance floor, ready to just have a good time and not care about what he or anyone said. Ugh, you know. And then this is like a weird. And then Florence Welch is actually one of the uh, I don't know. I always felt very inspired to sing whenever I'd hear her sing, and she just reminds me of a siren in a kind of Greek Odyssey kind of sense. And if you do or don't know her, she's the one who did "The Dog Days Are Over, the Dog Days Are Done," and then like she's always doing sound, like she's given a song or something for film soundtracks like The Great Gatsby, or if it has to sound kind of epic and a little bit like, a little operatic, but not too much. And she loves to use chamber music, which is like kind of Baroque classical. So you'll have like a harpsichord, dip, dip, diddle-diddle-doo, and you'll have like violins and a cello and a bass, and think Bridgerton sounds, So she'll just like be kind of singing and floating her voice over this ornate music, and I love that. And like I said, Dua Lipa reminds me of a young Cher. So that's my long-winded story. Let me check on y'all. Okay, we got Cookies and Cream says, some of my favorite male artists are George Benson, Peebo Bryson, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., yeah, Michael Jackson, of course, Barry White, Luther Vandross, Jeffrey Osborne, Bryan Adams, James Ingram. All right, you got a good list there. That was way more than five, and I'm glad. It shows you have really rich musical taste, and you're not out here going about life in silence. Oh, there you go. Jason and Gina, thank you for always remembering and having my back. You guys are excellent moderators. And again, thank you to my moderators. And it's a great moment to remind everyone, um, who is watching, please do subscribe to the channel. It certainly helps to have you here. And in addition to that, if you're watching this at another point, still comment. Let us know. I want to hear from you. We all want to know what are your faves? What do you listen to? Share with the world. We might discover something new that we get into. And yeah, everyone here, just definitely add a thumbs up and tell your nieces, nephews, uncles, aunties, cousins, friends, WhatsApp groups, and iMessages and regular old SMS messages and your I'm trying to think, Telegram and your any DMs. Just send a message to them and say, show up, watch this, and and give it a like. Thanks, Jason and Gina. I appreciate it. I love it. We're all from different generations. Sheila Dew starts, but music connects us all together. Poetically said. Okay. Fatima Jallo. Hi, official Lauren Brown. So happy to see you're back. Well, hi, Fatima. Thank you. I do remember you commenting. I actually remember typing your name under some of the Sussex stuff. So I'm glad to see you here. And I hope you got your slice of pound cake. There is still I think a few gluten-free cookies left. We're swapping the sparkling cider for sparkling grape juice. And if you're nice, might have a flask somewhere, but I don't advertise it because I like to keep it classy. Glad to have you here. Yeah, let us know, who are your top 5 artists, music artists, and what's your favorite genre of music? And to all of those questions, why? All right. There you Hello. So Marshar says this. Now I do like listening to Megan Thee Stallion. My kids would say, Ma, what are you listening to? Listen, Megan Thee Stallion. All right, let me finish your comment. I tell them that there was a me before there was a them. I remember my mother saying that to me when I was much younger, maybe like 12 or something, when you're still you still can't believe your parents had a life. And then you get older, you're like, oh yeah, they had a life. All of them, every single one of them had a life. And it's Megan Thee Stallion is, first of all, I feel like, does she get enough credit for what a gentle personality she seems to actually have? I think one of the fun things about her is how she encompasses bravado and kind of also still you can see the flower petal of her personality, Um and I like that sometimes she just says it, it feels good. It feels good to just sometimes just say it. I don't need to explain that everyone here is grown, so there you go. All right, let's see. All right, I think we take us to the next one here. So everyone was getting really nostalgic, and for that reason, I have this question. Name your top 5 songs from your teens, ages technically 14 to 20. Now, 20 is not teens, but I mean, it's the end of it. And I don't include 13 just because I don't know. I like the number 6 for some reason on this one. But you can include 13 and make it 7 years. What is it? I will give you all some time to think about it. Remember the past. Some of you, it was 2 seconds ago, and some of you, it was only 5 minutes ago. So, share and share alike. I'm seeing a really strong Hall and Oates um, uh, response, and I love that. um, let's see, Lady T, that's hilarious. You say, "Oh my, I haven't been a teen for a long time. Let me think. Take your time. If you have to answer it after we do the next question, that's perfectly fine." That's so funny. But I was just actually, I was looking at Hall& Oates as a, because I was like, yeah, there's a lot of Hall& Oates songs that like are just a part of everything. Like you almost feel like, because what happens is they become so, again, ingrained in everything, and then a soda company will use it as a commercial for something, or it'll be used as a a fun gag somewhere, and you know, just thinking about, oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Like, eh, you, for me, that's the firmament. Like, that's like just part of like the establishment. And literally living as I was thinking about it, that very moment, that Lady T just keeps being right about. Also, did they do the song Private Eyes? Was that them? Because I think it was, but I can't remember. Or is it just the name of the album? Because that would also then tie to like learning it via a sample. Because again, growing up, favorite TV show was Psych, and on USA Network. And well, they had the Private Eyes song, the cast singing it in the most ridiculous fashion, and that was hilarious. Oh, okay. Hello, Delphine. Hi, welcome to the Hangout. Do grab your slice. We're almost down on the pound cake. I think we just might have some coffee cake, but we're bringing out sparkling grape juice. There's flasks, but we just don't like to publicize that because it's a classy event and we're only using glassware, stemmed glassware. And yeah, so grab yourself a snack, something you can enjoy, and we have some fun music questions. So the question is currently a nostalgic one. Name your top 5 songs from your teens, ages 14 to 20. But you can also go from 13 to 19. Like you can be really specific about it. Very, very, but whatever you want. And listen, I expect nothing less. What did I just see? I expect nothing less from Jason and Gina. Jason and Gina say, diehard Prince fan. And if you didn't know that Prince was like the whole entire point and purpose when it comes to especially Gina out here, now you know. And am I right in remembering that it's tied as well to why you love purple so much? And it's my mother's birthday, so it actually just made me think of when she said her experience watching Purple Rain and how she felt, because what did she say? And she'll correct me when she sees this if it's not quite accurate. But when she was walking out of the theater, everyone was singing the song still. Like, and she just kind of felt like this community experience. Purple rain, like it was a thing. And this just seems like a memory she just really loves. And for it to kind of tie to this on her birthday is amazing. Oh, she deserves everything. Look, here we go. Cookies and cream. BS speaks early. Again, agreeing with you. There's a Hall & Oates love. Private eyes, they're watching you. They see your every. Well, you know what? I wonder if that should be changed. Like in a modern remix, would that be like cell phones? And I'm just speaking to the paranoid among us because there's no reason to keep going into that, you know. But I know that that is on people's minds, so I just thought of it. Agreed. 14 to 20 are golden years. You know, if you're blessed, you can have some really great times, some carefree times. It's a time when you don't really or shouldn't really have much responsibility, and you haven't hit like any stages in life where you're really thinking about like what you should be doing or might have to do, or what needs to be put where, paid where, who gets what. Is it Paul? Is it Peter? Like you're just, it's different. You're just kind of there in the moment. I think you can be really present at that time. And what's crazy is at that time too, you're like, I want to have my stuff together. I want to have this. I want to experience that or be here. It's like at so many different points in life. Remembering to be exactly where we are. That's the important thing. When a man loves a woman, if I can turn back the hand of time. Oh, those are fantastic and extremely impactful. When a man loves a woman. I won't sing it because I'm not trying to get in trouble. I don't know how much of what I have sung today is going to be problematic. If I could turn, is that the one? If I could turn back time. Are you thinking of that? Are we thinking of the same one? If I could find a way. Is it that? Or is it a different song? No, I think it's a different song. You let me know. Time is such an interesting concept, and there are a million songs about it. As there should be, and movies. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. That's funny. So y'all bonded over that, huh? Love that. Thank you for the clarification. Yes, it was Private Eyes for Hall & Oates. Lavender, welcome. Hello. Welcome. We are refreshing the snack table. So do grab yourself some stemware. We have some sparkling grape juice. And you can ask around for the other details on how that can be enjoyed. Additionally, there are gluten-free cookies, and there is now coffee cake more than there is pound cake. Unfortunately, that has been run through. We've enjoyed that very much. It's all virtual, so the calories are free. Not that it matters, but I'm glad you found the Hangout. Welcome to the neighborhood. Always happy to have you here. And this theme tonight is musical, so we've asked what's your favorite music genre and who are your top 5 artists of any genre. So thank you for enjoying the Hangout and thinking it's cool. I think you're cool, and I'm trying to stay cool, so everybody's on the same page. Y'all are really making me laugh with these comments. You said I had a lot of thinking. This is Delphine says, I had a lot of thinking too. 59 years young in February. Happy future birthday. That's so funny. Oh man. Lorna, you're just out here, man. Look at you. You are a veritable encyclopedia of musical knowledge. Cool. So you've got Graceland by Paul Simon. Let It Be, The Beatles. American Woman, or am I thinking is that Kravitz? But American Woman by BTO, Dance Machine by the Jackson 5, Smooth Operator by Sade. Smooth, honestly, when I was 5. When I was 5, because I think that's when the radio station Smooth Jazz CD 101.9 was still a thing in general. I think the station might have gotten sold to whoever. But whenever Sade came on, I was like, oh, it's my turn. Like I had any idea what was being, sung about, but I just felt like I understood, her. And also recently, And I didn't really I've heard the song before, but it was when I was listening with my mother. We were watching a concert, and it was the song "Soldier of Love." I think that's one of my favorite songs, and just everything about it, and the way she performs it, and the way she performs in general. Her stage presence is so fantastic. But I'm a soldier of love. I'm a soldier. Like, it's just so good. And powerful the way she like holds it. I honestly, she's one of those people where I'm like, can she just have a great life and like no, like just let her life be fantastic, because she's fantastic. So that's my fangirling on Sade. No, I'm sure she has influenced me without me trying. Like I said, she's been in my ears from birth, basically. But I also just sometimes when you're singing and you need to find someone for karaoke, you just got to find someone close enough to you. So that works out. All right. Kimberly Gila, hello, welcome to the neighborhood, welcome to the chat, welcome to the channel. Have I seen you before? Is it a new profile picture, or are you visiting for the first time? If so, welcome to Official Lauren Brown. Please do subscribe. Do remember to like. Everyone, please do remember to like this video. This channel is that's how people find it. Anyway, Kimberly says, never too much Luther Vandross. September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Ain't no mountain high enough. Diana Ross. In the Mirror, Michael Jackson. What a feeling. Irene Cara. I don't know what Square Biz Tina Marie, but hello, new here. Oh, okay, thank you for the verification. Well, we're happy to have you. Grab a seat, grab some stemware. We have drinks coming around. There is staff. So if you need anything, just reach up a little hand, excuse me, and someone will be right along to put something sweet and delicious on your plate, on your porcelainware. I hope you guys are enjoying this like fictive salon that we're all having. I mean, I worked really hard in planning those horse d'ovaries. If you know where that pronunciation is from, it's a TV show. Holla back. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying this running gag that I have going. Okay. Alan says another song was that you loved. Hold on. Song was I Love. She just 16 years old. Leave her alone. I'm not familiar with the song, so if I butchered saying the name, I apologize. Oh, and thank you, Alan. Kimberly says, I heard about you from Jason and Gina's channel. You know Jason and Gina? I don't want to be too loud about it because the mic is like right here. But thank you for being here. I hope you stay. It's the Hotel California. You can't leave. It's too late. You must subscribe. No. We have a lovely open door policy. You're welcome in and do what you want. Welcome in, enjoy, and yeah, always happy to have you. All right. Okay, so Lynn's got something here. Teen song. All right, cool. Number one, she says, is when you were just a little girl, you asked your mother what you would be. And two, Islands in the Stream. I won't sing that further, but I do believe that's the one. And that is such a beautiful song. And my mother used to sing that song to me sometimes, just to like, I guess, calm me down. She had some good songs she just kind of would throw out there. And look at Lydia, just out here greeting everybody. Thank you very much, Lydia. See you. Marsha agreeing. Anything by Prince, the Beautiful One, George Michael's Careless Whisper. I kind of think it's cool that you like both of them. It's like energy-wise. All right, V. Thomas, Prince, Marcia Griffiths. Let me get that right. Bears Hammond, uh, Diana Ross, The Supremes, Byron Lee, and The Dragons. That's like a beautiful combination. Go ahead. Lorna says, I don't remember much from my teens, but the Jackson 5 ABC Dancing Machine. Okay, so I was in my teens and I have this memory, and it feels like it directly connects and correlates in the sense of might be across time, but it's still the same feeling. So I remember this was high school days, and my closest friend at the time, I went with her to her school's prom, just like because it was very like everyone goes and has fun, right? And one of the amazing things about her is she's a dancer. She was a longtime dancer, danced all of her life pretty much, and was never afraid to like get a party started. And you know that teenagers are awkward and don't know how to kind of sometimes break out of that shell. I haven't learned that confidence maybe. And you know, there is that moment when there was that moment where the Jackson 5 came on, and and you were just, for us, the two of us, we were just looking at each other because we'd just been chair dancing at this point, kind of going, okay, like we kind of want to do more than just chair dance. Like there's a whole dance floor and nobody's on it. And I remember her going like, all right, I can't do this. We gotta go. And it's like, yeah, all right, let's go. And so we got up at the Jackson 5 because we were like, we're not going to let people, like, you cannot have the Jackson 5 playing at a party and you don't react to it at all. So it's funny because as we started, like just the two of us, just danced in the middle of the dance floor because we didn't care. And we were having a blast. And I remember her high school, her principal, I think it was it a principal or was it one of those leaders came up to us and was like, you ladies are so confident. Can you perhaps help get like some of the other students to like dance, like kind of get them on the dance floor? And we were like, I mean, okay. Because we're like, is this a job? Is this like a task? Like, is there, because I'm thinking like, is there a grade? Like, does this affect my friends' like graduation ceremony? You know, it was just a weird ask you didn't expect. And we were in our own little world. We didn't care if people were staring at us. Wow, that was pretty much like our whole friendship. Anyway, so that's what we did. We pulled people on the floor, and it was the Jackson 5 that did it, and it was ABC. So, yeah. All right. Anything? Cookie says, I love anything by the Jackson 5. Last Dance by Donna Summer, Zoom by the Commodores, Sarah Smile by Hall & Oates, I'm So Into You by Peebo Bryson, Love Ballad by LTD, and Purple Rain by Prince. Nice. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, Delphine, you bring up Lionel Richie, Lady. Is this the once, twice, three times? Am I correct? Do I have this on? Delphine says that, and Lynn E says, I loved Olivia Newton-John's songs, Anne Murray's songs, The Commodores. Yes. Joyce Anderson, hey, you're a James Brown girl. Yes. Also, I'm literally like about to watch rest in peace, but Chadwick Boseman's biopic, as James Brown, because anyone who can learn in a few months to do a full-on like split and then reverse while singing in a suit deserves to be seen twice over, and by, you know, anyone who then imitates them. They should also be seen, because that is some crazy stuff. That is Jackie Chan stuff. That is James Brown stuff. That is amazing. Oh, y'all, Jason, this is why you will always get invited to the cookouts, okay? Jason and Gina, y'all, have rum cake in the back. Just slice some pieces for me though, because you know I'm gonna be social and like talking and walking around. So I might not get all of it. I might not. I don't want to just get like the like little crumbs that like the thick, nice, soft crumbs that I want like a nice wedge. So just save me one. Save me a nice wedge. Oh, oh my gosh, Lady T. Thank you very much for your super chat. Wow, appreciate it. And you say here, you sat in a movie theater, and sorry I didn't see it. I hadn't scrolled. Um, Sat in a movie theater and watched Purple Rain 6 times when it came out. There was a time you could watch movies over and over and over and pay one time. That time might still exist depending on which theater you're in. I tend to be a chicken on that. Like I tend to be a chicken on that, but uh, respect to the courage and joy. Love that. And again, thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Apparently, I'm like ignoring all y'all for my real story, my really long stories. So let me try to keep going. But thank you, Lady T. Marshar says, yes, on the virtual snack table, y'all can find my extra stout Kentucky bourbon balls in the purple cookie tin. Ugh. Our neighborhood is such a good place. It's such a good place. This is why you want to subscribe. This is why you want to like. This is why you want to return and keep the notifications on and make sure they're on your phone. Because the neighborhood will keep you fed and entertained, and you will find a great playlist. Because clearly, I mean, we're all still using that boombox, right? So, yeah. Lorna, so this was in reference to my question about American Woman, and it, like, was Lenny Kravitz. It was written and performed by Randy Bachman of. Okay, so American Woman that Lenny Kravitz did was written and performed by. Gotcha. Randy Bachman of Bachman Turner Overdrive BTO. Makes sense. I guess that's much like how I love learning about like how artists trade songs, and so someone writes something and you know them one way and their sound one way, and then um, it's a completely different thing, like with another artist, but somehow it's as authentic. So you have think of like Whitney Houston and I Will Always Love You and Dolly Parton, and it's really sweet how she responded so well to that. All right, Lady T. I have all of Tina Marie, Sade, Jill Scott. They are just a few that you listen to an entire CD. Nice. So you just kind of got that whole package of soulful, like soothing, beautiful voices. Love it. Oh, you're from Jason and Gina's channel. Thank you very much for popping by. Oh, Kimberly, thank you. Lorna says your parents loved and danced to Fats Domino and Tom Jones. Yes. Whenever I see a Tom Jones performance, I'm just like, I kind of wish I did see like when he was first doing it, because I just feel like energy wise, I would have been totally here for it. Like in a specific kind of like, oh my God, I would have fangirled very differently. You know what I mean? Let's see. Exactly. Freedom earners. Rum cake, turn up. Yes. So, okay. You like Alan Aberdeen says, R. Kelly song, If I Can Turn Back the Hand of Time. I'm not familiar with that one, but I'm happy you like what you like. All right. Oh, legs popping up. Hey, fam. Hi, how you doing? I'm just trying to like get through these. I'm so sorry. I do not mean to make anyone feel like I'm like buzzing by, you know? Okay, Marshar says, I love Sade. Smooth Operator is one of many of her songs I adore. Frankly, I think she's a mermaid. She is, or something. She's ethereal. She has that energy. She's magical, mystical, yep, timeless and ageless. Also, she disappears for a few years, reemerges, then goes away. I understand that energy a lot. Thank you for saying that. That has clarified a lot for me. It's crazy what music does and just these conversations. Love Tom Jones. See, like But, Lady T, did I not make okay. When he came to your town, you said, when he came to your town, you couldn't get anyone to go with you to his concert. You used to play his album till you couldn't play it anymore. Darn, it was like what, like just smooth or not smooth, but like scratched to the point or oh man, Tom Jones. Nice though. Okay, let's see. Let me get okay, Marshall, Lenny Kravitz, I totally love. I laugh because I totally am like, Lenny Kravitz is amazing. And I just I'm such a super fan. So I'm gonna read your comment and then I'll we will fan together. Okay, Marshall, we'll fan together. So you say Lenny Kravitz, I totally love. He's the only man I could leave my hubby for. Wait, is this the one that brings home your money? Is this you, the one who has him bring home your money, and you gave him those three beautiful kids? Did I get that story mixed up? Anyway, that's hilarious. And your hubby knows it. I love that. That's so honestly, I imagine that many people are in the exact same position. And it's weird because for me, he was born the same year as my father, and yet I still have a crush on him. And I don't connect the two, but it's still weird. But his style is so fabulous. And are you aware of his excellent interior design slash furniture design career? Because I have been following that for a minute. And like chocolate brown for an entire salon interior. I don't know if you've seen how I feel about dark wall paints, but like superb. And his collection of like amazing memorabilia from like all kinds of parts of history and sports history. I don't know if he, Prince, and like Michael Jackson all came from like the same atom that split like billions of years ago or whatever. But there are some people who just embody cool and it's obnoxious and we don't want it to stop. You know what I mean? All right, Leg says, my teens are mostly Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, Destiny's Child, Maya, and the Fugees. However, you love Arrested Development when you're really young, and your parents like them too, and Cool in the Gang. Okay. So, like, I'm feeling 90s here. I'm feeling like 80s, 90s here. And yeah, I mean, yes to all of these. And Missy Elliott, I listened to Missy Elliott while I was painting the room we're in. Wow, that was a loud motorcycle. I hope the mic didn't pick it up. Yeah. And I think I just remember because I was young, kind of in the like absolute heyday of Aaliyah. I just remember my older cousins watching her music videos on MTV because she like, this just she was cool. You know, another one of those things where it's like that atom of cool that just becomes something that they just embody. And I think to be so young and so young in such a vulnerable industry, like vulnerable making industry, amazing. Missy Elliott will always be queen, and I still turn up to Missy Elliott, and she's swag music when like I just need to like remember that I'm awesome. She's like Megan Thee Stallion for like that era, but like because what she and Timbaland did together with those beats and the way she would just like she kind of changed how you can do like music videos, but then beyond that, she also I think really had fun. She had like oh my gosh, what's that actress's name? She Barron spoke about this literally a few weeks ago. Mae West. That's it. Missy Elliott gives such Mae West vibes, and I love that about her. The Fugees, yeah, I mean, very, very soulful and lots of drama. So I like to avoid that whole part. But and is this Maya, the Maya that did the Rugrats Take Me There song as well? Like, did that version of it, or is this a different one? Let me know. And Cool in the Gang. I have a fun memory of that with, because I was in France for a time, and I was living with a family who had a son who was obsessed with Kool and the Gang. And so he was always playing, like, I think it was bass. I don't know if he was doing the melody with the guitar, but he was always playing the bass line from something. And it just, yeah, it was a fun memory. So thanks, Legs, for bringing us all the way to bringing me to nostalgia there. Um, Benny Mardones says, Alan. Oh, got it. Okay, she's just 16. Oh, love that. I always like want really young people in music to be and successful, and like I hope they have like the best people around them, you know? Um, Joyce Anderson, Tom Jones had a 15-year love affair with Martha Reeves. Ooh, right. You have Lady T has a documentary for John Baptiste on. That's awesome. Yes, I loved Soul, and I think they were like recorded his hands because even the way the character played was like really, really him. It's so funny how it's like a signature. Your muscles and your hands move differently from someone else's. Um, okay, Marshall said, yeah. So Marshall, you're just like, your husband must be a cool dude, and I mean that with all sincerity. So Marshall says, "Yep, my hubby brings home my money, and he will for me wait until Lenny and I are." Okay, I can't. Marshall. I mean, we are after dark, but I think that's a bit after dark. So I'm gonna move on. But I follow your drift. Y'all are gonna have me like cracking up. I think the rum cake and the flask are causing problems. The party's starting to get lit very slowly, but it's starting to get lit. The neighborhood hangout is no longer like. Thank goodness the kids are not at the table, right? All right. Hold on. Yes, it was that. Okay. Thank you, Legs, for the clarification. Exactly. Agreed, Marshall. Missy Elliott is an originator, just like all of the pioneer female MCs from the time when women rappers weren't respected by the men. Yes, Lil Kim. Who am I thinking of right now? Oh my gosh. But there's so many. There's so many. But I have a specific person in my head that I can't. I will remember the name at 3 a.m. All right, let me move on before I forget it. But you're right. I think every woman who was in rap, like pre. Even now, though, I mean, think about how people talked about Megan Thee Stallion when she was going through her stuff without going into the drama of what it was, but also going protect her. Even now, there's still these layers. Women always have to prove that they deserve to be somewhere for some people. And usually they're not people you enjoy being around. And I wonder if they know that about themselves. Okay, y'all. So I've talked about myself. So let me go talk about myself some more. All right. So this is in no particular order, but you may or may not know these people, and I may or may not be able to sing some of the song, but I listened a lot to the Raconteurs in 2006. Yes, that was my 14 to 20. One of those years was 2006. Steady as she goes. And the Raconteurs also has, it seems like they've reunited. They disbanded for a bit and they have reunited. And Jack White is one of the founding members of that group. And I cheated again on y'all because I cheat. I don't. I really don't. If you know me, you know that is not actually true. I'll tell you I can't stand you. I won't cheat. I will just be very honest. But the album Drink the Sea by the Glitch Mob, I don't know if anyone knows who the Glitch Mob is, who isn't necessarily into movie scores or trailer music, or heavily into like house dance, like electronic music. But I think their Drink the Sea album was the best thing ever. And I basically inhaled my whole existence and, exhaled my whole existence to that song for years. And they got me through some of the most intense study sessions um, of my life. The like, you're still in the library at 4 a.m. with a pillow, looking at your book, going like, oh my God, how am I going to survive this econ class? But I need it because I'm a business major. So help me. Let me go make some ramen real quick and I'll come back. I'm sure my eyes will stay open and I won't fall asleep on my pillow. That kind of energy. Drink the Sea is one of those albums that like makes you feel like you just like, I'm not a Red Bull person, but like you just had like a whole can of Red Bull. It's beautiful. And it has this grunginess. I love rock as well, if that's not obvious. And like the way that they melded that kind of, the guitars in that were so good, but is like the way that they took that and the synth and just got really grimy. It's like so good. I could feel it in my chest. So it was like a beautiful mix for me. And then after that, Promiscuous by Nelly Furtado. Promiscuous girl. Oh no, is it Promiscuous boy? You already know. I'm singing badly, partially on purpose. But yeah, I love that song. I still love that song. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I still love that song. I love Nelly Furtado's music. I think it was really fun to follow her like conscious like music, conscious pop into like a kind of like folk into conscious into then just like pop, like club hits with Timbaland. I loved watching that era. And I just honestly just when I hear that song, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna dance. I'm not asking permission. Then there's Party Like a Rock Star by the Shop Boys. And I don't know how anyone can hear the like first few chords of that electric guitar and not feel like they are themselves a rock star. I feel like I could basically hop in like any sports car at that point and just gun it. Like that's how I feel when I hear that song. And then there's Viva La Vida by Coldplay, because there was a Coldplay time in my life. They were the first concert that I went to as a teenager paying for a concert ticket. Because when you live in Brooklyn, every day you go to like a park or something and there's a concert. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like it's not guys, I'm not like crying. I'm just for some reason itchy here. Yeah, but Coldplay was the first concert I paid for and went with friends, and we were it was a really cool venue. It was one of those like outdoor theaters where it's that amphitheater, but it's all lawn, so you can see the artist and everyone's like on the ground, and I just loved it. But like Viva La Vida, I loved. I mean, I think for me, it's all about like ambient chords and like power and just feeling like I can kind of float and also like charge through something. I just like music that gives me that kind of lift. So that is the music that like, those are the ones that I, again, after making like 3 different versions of this list, landed on. But I did cheat a little bit by including every song on the Drink the Sea album, because I never listened to that album one song at a time. It was always whole. Comment and let me know. Did you do that too? You do that too, right? Like there are some artists whose music you listen to like in a discography, not song by song, because it's almost like having really good rum cake, like what Jason brought that's in the back, that We just have to be careful so we don't like finish it off because I can't. Jason, did you bring 2 rum cakes? And is it one of the big ones or is it a small one? So we have to make sure we portion that out because between that and then the glassware and what goes in it, everybody is really enjoying themselves. Yeah. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. We do wholesome content. It's not always about liquor and partying, I promise. But music, I mean, can you fault me? Okay. I'm gonna see here. Okay. Oh, love that. That's really cool. Lorna says, I have the original Kool and the Gang album with Jungle Fever. I love the artwork. Hey. Cookies and Cream, you like Deja Vu by Tina Marie. Lady T, Missy Elliott changed the game. Uh-huh. Marsha, blame it on the alcohol. Oh boy, that song was like a movement. It came out and it was spoofed. It was loved. It was played. It was. I think it just. You know what? It when a song so perfectly identifies a thing that people do and have done or have had done to them or have experienced or have needed to say or whatever, how can you not love it? And it became an anthem for a minute. And I was like, what does this say about our habits as a country? It says we like to party. That's what it says. Cookies and Cream, You Know How to Love Me by Phyllis Hyman. Do not know that song, but I trust your judgment and your taste. Marsha, I love all this information I'm getting, and not in a nosy way. I just think it's really cool that we as neighbors can listen. The official Lauren Brown neighborhood is like truly a place where people can just feel chill. So I love that we can have this back and forth. So you said, yes, your hubby is a very cool dude. You know what they say about trying black and never turning back? Nah, we are head over heels for each other. I'm glad. That's beautiful. And may it continue for your entire time on this existence. Oh, yeah, I hear that. Rest in peace. Oh. You know, when they're trying to get through the light. Yeah, they were just trying to get through the light. All right, let's see. All right, what else? Cookies and Cream. Oh, this is not to me, but this is speaking on Phyllis Hyman. And please let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And again, sorry if I'm not. You were also heartbroken. You say she was a phenomenal singer. She put her whole being into her songs. You love the song Somewhere in My Lifetime. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, talent. That's why talent's so special. Lorna Williams says, we lost a lot of talented people. Prince, Whitney, Michael. That's why talent is so special. And that's why it's really important to give people their flowers while they're here. It's also why, to me, it's like short of things that deal with health, safety, and rights and respect, the things that matter. The drama, I don't really care. I don't want to know about somebody's like random personal life because sometimes it can kind of ruin the like art. But when they're like deeply talented and you can see it in every part of their essence, and then the unfortunate occurs, it's no fun. So absolutely celebrate wonderful people while they're here. And I got to tell you, people don't really expect you to do that when you do that. When you are giving someone their flowers, it's a beautiful thing to see, because I think people so often believe that they are not noticed and not appreciated. And the truth is, in like everyone's life, you can also be a hero. And I don't mean hero like save somebody. I mean hero like, wow, that person just said that thing, and I was really insecure about that thing. And what they said was like they saw it well, and I now see it in a whole new light. That's lifted me into a different confident place. Um, that is beautiful. You can give someone the gift of a good word, right? And for a lot of artists, because it is so vulnerable making to be like, I believe this is cool and I just made this up here, or I just invented this song here. Or if you're a creator, I'm sure many of you and everyone who has a channel here, you all understand, you spend your hours, devising content, writing it, shooting it, editing it. And then there's, oh my gosh, now this baby's out of my hands. I hope it's received well. And so, yeah, it's a great thing to tell people. And I try to tell people, but I'm not perfect at it. When I appreciate what they've done, because gosh, it's a good feeling too. All right, let's see. All right, next question, y'all. The next one's, I've been kind of easy on y'all. I think the next one might be a little bit more silly, but also a little bit more difficult in a weird way. Here we go. The question: you must pick only one song for everyone to listen to for the rest of eternity on loop. Which do you pick and why? And in case you're wondering, yes, that means they cannot hear another song ever again in their life. Ever again. Ever. And no, not the whole discography, not the entire Drink the Sea album, just Animus Vox. It's a song on the album. Just one song for the rest of their life. Or Bad Wings, which is another song on the album, Drink the Sea, that I love. Bad Wings was really good. But yeah, what would you pick? And I'm going to give you all some time. Think of everyone you know and everyone you love, and maybe everyone you don't. Just gonna pop in and say thank you, Paul Charles. Do like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so that you'll know when the next video comes out. We like to have these hangouts. They will be continuing to happen, and I will be getting better at making them. So definitely stay in our neighborhood at Official Lockdown. Welcome, and grab a seat, and there's rum kits in the back, and answer the question and comment, let me know what you think. Night, Lydia. Thank you so much for staying up with us on this Saturday and partying. The neighborhood hangouts, yeah, they tend to get a little fun and a little lightly silly, and you really have always, kept everything fun and together, and I appreciate it. Have a great night. All right, so we got a few of these songs. Are y'all committed to these songs? Always, always, always. For me too. Thank you. Okay, so they all sound all right. Okay. So you got "Lady" by Kenny Rogers. I did highlight a few of these in the silence, but I just needed to wet my whistle, y'all. Memory Lane, Minnie Riperton. But y'all, why? What's the why? What's the why? Why did you choose it? Lady says, I have select songs I like from artists today. Would I buy their music? No. But you'd have to pick one. You definitely have to pick one. Marshar says, Diamonds and Pearls by Prince would be everyone's one life song because of the deep love everyone should feel for each other. It's a beautiful song to me. I like that. So you're coming from a place of like, let's kind of keep a feeling of lovingness and positivity going. Kimberly, hello. So Kimberly says, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. That's a good one for, I think, reminding people to be a good community, be, self-aware, and then on top of that, like connecting, right? Also, Hallelujah by K.D. Lang is what Lorna offers. E. Thomas says, I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. That song brings joy when you're feeling blue. Wow. If that's the only song that you can ever hear again, ever, at all times, ever, every party, every birthday, every bubble bath, every car ride, I hope you have tissues, because I'd be pulling a Dolly Parton and having to pull over and weep, because hearing someone scream they love you through melody wonderfully, and that they always will, is wonderful. And I'd be crying. So I actually love that choice. Freedom Earners TV. I love all the different information everyone's sharing here on the topic, right? Like it's a real community. It's a real salon. It's a real chit chat. It's a real hangout, get together, whatever you want to call it, I agree. Man in the Mirror, message for the world. Agreed. Cookies and Cream. Oh, okay. All right. And Cookies just gave a nice little good night for Lydia. Okay, so let's move to the next question, y'all. It gets slightly worse from here. Yeah, I think so. Oh no, it's not next question. It's my answer. I forgot. Okay, well, my answer is that everyone has to listen to 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. And my reasoning is I want everyone to feel hot and fabulous in a perpetual Vegas-like situation like Jason and Tina. But no, really, like I literally just, his music reminds me of like gold bars and Versace and pinky rings. And it's actually sentimental. This is not fashion. I like that. So Cookies and Cream says The Door by Prince is the song. And let's see. Marshar, in answering in response to my response, said, you feel that love is the most powerful emotion that humans could have. We all do things because of love. That includes good things and bad things. Good things, bad things, painful things, tough things, hard things, fun things, strange things, new things, innovative things. I mean, it is one powerful emotion. I mean, I think the only one remotely close to it is like, it's not even hate, it's jealousy. Like envy. I feel like love and envy are two of the most destructive, but then maybe greed. But no, that's like preachy. But you're right though. Love will make you do things. But thank goodness we all have great heads on our shoulders and understand the value of thinking before we act. All right, let's see. Lady T, what do you say? You said, I would go crazy listening to Bruno. Why? You don't like being too hot? You don't want to call police and the fireman. You don't want to do that? Like obscenely harm your ears or anything. But yeah, you don't want to experience the joy of 24 karat magic. You don't want to experience like glitteriness, living in a perpetual casino. That doesn't sound cool to you? I appreciate the honesty. I really do. It makes me laugh. And Marcel says love is more powerful. I like that. I like that conviction on that. I love that. All right, next question, y'all. Challenge. See, I wrote it in like a slightly red tone just to highlight the challenge of it all. You must delete one song and one genre from all of music history. The artists are unharmed in this scenario. Which song and genre are you deleting and why? And please be respectful. These are human beings with feelings. Y'all, I softened this question. I was gonna go actually literally way more brutal than this. So this is about a 3 compared to the 7 I was going to ask, but I remembered the purpose of my channel and what I would actually feel like if I said it, and so I said no. But yeah, let us know. Who would you delete? What song, I should say, would you delete? And what genre would you delete from all of music history ever? Meaning, no one would know the music. You'd have never heard it. No one will invent it later on instead of them. Like, it just will never have been in existence ever at all, whatsoever, ever. Okay. Go ahead, y'all. Comment. It's a bit upbeat, because the question is so rough. Y'all, don't forget to say why. Don't forget to say why you delete. Like, we know you might not want it, but you gotta justify it. You gotta justify it. Imagine the genre is walking up to you in physical form saying, why? You gotta tell us why. Drop it in the comments. Okay. So we have a few comments now. All right. I'm sorry. I'm still finding this one so funny. Lady T saying I would go crazy listening to him. Really? Really, Lady T? I thought we had something. And then you said that's for the young folks. That cracked me up. Okay, we both deserve. Oh, that's from the other. Okay. Marshar with the risky opinions here, just full on wanting to upset a whole swath of human beings, as this question is intended to inspire without actually causing, because I don't want anyone to fight anyone. We all love each other here. She says, delete all, delete headbanger music, all those songs. You don't want to like rock to something, like you don't ever have moments when you just needed to just like to just feel it and go, you don't. But like some of Lenny Kravitz songs, you just it's the same thing. Like that's not a vibe. Why? What happened? What did headbanger music do to you? And maybe you and I have different definitions of headbanger music, because I can bang my head metaphorically, literally, to so many different things as long as I like it. Like I said, Vivaldi, don't sleep on classical. It can rock. Yeah. So explain that one. Lydia said she needed to get in another perspective there. Delete hard rock music. Oh, y'all. Oh. I thought we were a tribe. Oh. I'm assuming it's for similar reasons as Marshar. Okay, so that's maybe the a genre, but is there a song that you would delete from that genre, or a different one? Is there a song that you delete? So y'all, if you didn't note that down. Lady T says house music. I guess I can't party if I'm your upstairs neighbor. It's fine. I have a duplex and the floor is soundproofed. I'm kidding. I don't have a duplex, but I will get soundproofed floors when I do, so that I can party and play house music. And specifically, Lady T does not have to hear it, nor Marshar, nor who else is it? Yes, exactly. Oh, by the way, we're bringing out someone actually made little cubes of mac and cheese, but it's like with like a 4 cheese blend, and they're in little hand size, like little dumplings. So you'll be able to eat them, neatly and without like making a mess. So just letting you know that that's now going around the room. So as you all decide which genres and songs you want to axe from all of existence and history, do enjoy. And if you are lactose intolerant, you were told in advance to take those lactate or lactase supports, right? So I mean, I don't know. I'm just kidding. We always think of you. There's also a vegan cheese version. So just look around for that. You'll know it's different because the dumpling is a different color. So the non-vegan dumpling is the normal, I guess, normal, but there's no normal. There's the off-white, and the vegan dumpling is green. So that'll be how you can tell. You can have both, you can have neither, whatever you want, but just letting you know that we've brought that out. And then there are sliders coming. And they're beyond sliders, and there are straight up Angus/Wagyu sliders. So, we know we got to feed y'all after we shove rum cake and flask infused things at you. So I hope this neighborhood hangout is going well. Yeah, y'all are cracking me up. Okay, so yeah, we have the delete hard rock music. Lorna says that Frozen song is an earworm and one hit Gangnam Style Korean song. Okay, so you're calling like those one hit wonders that just like invade everywhere, go viral, and just like you can't escape them. Like and I say this with joy because I actually like the song, but like Call Me Maybe, like where like that kind of thing. that infectious kind of song you're saying is a genre that you would get rid of. You want everyone to be able to slowly and organically discover the music they like, and you specifically have problems with Frozen. I'm just saying, don't say that in front of children, because you will develop some enemies. Very cute little enemies. And is it the Let It Go song? Oh gosh. All that screaming and headbanger music. So you just don't like metal, basically, is what you're saying. Like you're like, you don't want it where it's like, oh, no, no. You don't want that, like, you don't want that. Okay. Okay. Love Will Conquer All by Lionel Richie. That's a song you want to get rid of from all of music. I think that was one of the ones that people have to listen to. V. Thomas says, I'll delete all the Kiss songs. Wow, there's a lot of dislike for rock out here. You don't like their songs at all. I like that. I don't like their songs at all. That's what you said. Honestly, if I'm like in the right bar with the right company, I can appreciate a Kiss song for sure. I don't know that I like the band as like to say watch them perform. I just think like some stuff, because of how you associate it with certain experiences or like times and friends and stuff. Yeah. I won't leave the bar because it's on, and I won't really be bothered. I'll probably just know some of the chorus and mumble the rest of it and then go back to the conversation. So yeah, but thank you, V. Thomas. Kimberly says, delete noisy, loud rock music. Oh my gosh, y'all, that's like half my heart, maybe 3/4 of it. It's okay. This rum cake that Jason and Gina bought is fine. It comforts. Bye. Okay. Alan says General Grant D shot call because it promotes violence. I got you. Honest but strong opinion, says Marshar. Hush, sweet Lauren. Lenny Kravitz has a different kind of headbanger music. You know that man is rock. You know that man is literally rock and roll. Like rock and roll is like written in his like heart valves, y'all. It goes from one ventricle to the other. Like rock, roll. I just think it's a swagger thing. I think it's a specific swagger thing. I think for many people, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I do think if more rock musicians had a certain, because I imagine if you think of some songs written by Jack Whitehall or like did he write it? I can't remember. Seven Nation Army. Some of the songs. Did I say Whitehall? Jack. You know who I mean. If you know who I mean. But I have a feeling the right rock songs do not feel like headbanger music, but it's probably the ones that just don't have any swagger, don't have any rhythm. It's kind of like this kind of awkward, like where you're just like, okay, what melody, what key is this? Like you can't move your hips to it, and mostly you have to do this. Like you can't even truly bang with any kind of like, you just can't swagger to it. I think that's the headbanger music you don't like. That's my hot take. If every rock star had the swagger of Lenny Kravitz, I think y'all would be way nicer to rock music. That's my opinion. Oh, I love it. Oh my god. Okay, Kimberly says, Kiss, you feel that their music, in your opinion, is loud and noisy and at times harder to hear what they're saying. You know, it really is a habituation thing, I think, with some genres. It's almost like a language. And I'm not trying to say it like I know how pretentious that sounds, and sometimes you just got to be pretentious. But what I mean is this. I don't mean like it's fine art or not fine art. What I mean is like sometimes like really unique food, you have to have grown up with it to like it. And if you didn't, you will never really acquire the taste. Now, hopefully, if you've had exposure or access or whatever, then your palate's like broad enough that some things you're like it you can tolerate. But y'all just want to delete it from the face of the earth. The Glitch Mob, half of it is like that album is like half rock, half synth. Excuse me, y'all. And so I don't know. Just my neighborhood is mutinying. Find it really funny. Oh, okay. So Cookie says delete some hard rock, delete all Kiss and all AC/DC. So no, man, I feel like AC/DC does get away with murder in a good way though. But that's fair. That's fair. You had to pick. The challenge was given to you. You couldn't escape it. None of y'all could really choose a different thing. That was the challenge. So don't worry. The misguidedness is not held against you. Okay. Lavender says sappy country songs. Okay, Lavender, I have to ask you a question. If you are at all familiar with the genre of country, which songs are not sappy? Or are you had to have heard That Motorcycle, and if not, thank you, microphone. Which songs are not sappy in country? I'm really trying to think, and I think maybe, are you thinking like that Sheryl Crow, not Sheryl Crow, Shania Twain, like when it like slides into rock music? Feel just like a woman. Is that when it's not sappy? I'm just curious. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, Cookies, thank you for clarifying. You say that you love will conquer all. Y'all, I am truly keeping the party going. I hope everyone is chilling and has nothing to do tomorrow. All right. Thank you for the clarification, Cookies. And Kimberly says Bay City Rollers was not bad for a rock group. Okay. Yes, Lenny can always rock. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna let I hope when Lenny visits the neighborhood, he realizes how many fans he has here. You say, can always rock your stars. I gotta take this out for a second. Okay. All right. You made me take my headphones out. I'm gonna put them back in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Marshar, you have brought me joy. Oh, Lenny Kravitz, beware. You are welcome, but beware. Lady T, you actually liked Kiss when they first came out, but as they got older, their costumes became outdated and stupid. Okay, it's a fashion thing for you. I understand that. You want something new. I get it. Lorna Williams says there's some rock that you like Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. Yes. Honestly, again, but doesn't Queen have rhythm? Yes, they have that rhythm. Like they it's all about swagger. You just don't like rock that doesn't have swagger. If it had swag, because like it's like people who like Linkin Park or the Foo Fighters. They have swag. They have rhythm. They might not listen to any other rock groups, but those groups like literally understood that you got to do more than just bash, 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 bash. Lavender, you say actually you like Twain, Shania Twain, or Mark Twain. I'm pretty sure it's Shania you're talking about here. Lady T, Queen, Guns N' Roses, a couple others you used to listen to. Yeah, yeah. I think too. Also, when we look at the progression of rock music, like it really does. Sorry, by the way, I just moved the surface this is on. If it gave you any kind of earache, yeah, I think when you look at the progression of it, it's like it depends on what the fashion is. Sometimes it became more rhythmic, and sometimes it was just a little bit more just about, I guess, like whatever way you express like an aggression, like a thought. I don't know. You see country, Marsha R.C.'s country songs are like blues songs. They both tell of pain, heartbreak, loss, sorrow, and joy too. Yeah, I just need to know which ones are joyous for country. I guess like if it's line dancing related, if it's dancing related or red solo cup, like that kind of thing. Not that I'm promoting anything other than the concept of plastic can be red and in the form of a cup. But like maybe like that, but I don't really find country music is that upbeat. Like maybe some artists I don't though. So comment, let me know. Lorna says Tommy by The Who. The Who, yeah. Jefferson Starship, Rolling Stones, yep. Satisfaction. All great rock groups with great songs. Yeah, agreed. V. Thomas says Marsha will have to fight Sherry Shepherd for Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, I think a lot of people would have to. It'd be a brawl. Lenny better never offer himself like that, or he could. It's whatever he wants, as long as everything is above board. So I'm just gonna skip now to me, just because why not? So my response was that I'm deleting the entire genre called anything that includes bagpipes because they always make me cry without my permission. I don't care where I am or what it's about. And I don't just mean like it could be the happiest celebratory thing. You put a bagpipe out there, it basically sounds like a baby wailing, so it makes me cry. It's just too much. That's my take on it. And the thing is, like, you got to work hard and develop some real lung capacity and actually understand the rhythm of a bagpipe, because you're essentially like filling this lung, like this instrumental lung, and it's got to maintain its like inflation. I know that sounds weird, whatever. While you then rhythmically use that sound with whatever flute attachment, but all it really does is like make me involuntarily cry, and I don't know why any instrument needs to do that. So the entire genre of bagpipe needs to just, because listen, I think there's anything you can do with the bagpipe, you can do with the cello. Tell me I'm wrong. Anything you modulate, fine, go to like a slightly lower, octave or whatever. But like you can do bagpipe songs via cello, and it will be like gorgeous and deep and soulful, and you're not going to cry. You're going to feel stirred. But a bagpipe is just, I can't do it. Sorry for the headphone wearers here, but I'm deleting it. I didn't give my permission. All right. Let's see. Lavender, you say cheesy and cliche songs can be overbearing and no essence. Yes, but exactly to which who has the cheese? Like who is being the cheesy? Is it a specific? Is it the genre you're talking about? Like, is it the country thing? Is it? Just clarify for me, if you want. Okay, let's see. Lorna says here. Oh, school in Marshall. Listen, I got schooled, so it's going around. Thank you, by the way, for sharing your information. We actually appreciate it. The origins of country music comes from Black music. Yeah, it was started by Black musicians. The first country song lyrics were borrowed from a Black preacher by the Carter sisters. Source Ken Burns, country music documentary. Thank you for sourcing your information. We appreciate that. Why is that so valuable? Because that then allows anyone who is curious, either whether they want to challenge it or just further understand it, to explore it for themselves. Now they can look at your source and then from there go to other sources and so on. So thank you very much, Lorna, for your information. And Marshar is yeah. This is just me joining in your conversation like a nosy host. Hey, B. Thomas, I've met Sherry Shepherd in person, and we will not be encouraging any kind of violence. We love all people, and the neighborhood is safe. But I'm sure the two of you can come to an agreement on sharing the meal that you will have when you all go to dinner. Yeah. I I did not come here to cause chaos. Marshar, you're bringing the energy, and thank you because you're making me laugh, but also like, all right, I'm gonna just slide on. You let me know how dinner with Sherry Shepherd and Lenny Kravitz goes, though. Like, take notes. Thank you. Yes, I do like you to elaborate. I'm not messy. I just like elaboration. I like clarification. Oh, y'all, if you understood how my life is, that is not like a massive complaint, by the way. That's just me being weird. Cookie says, well, fam, it's time to say goodbye. Yes, you've been rocking with us past midnight because it's late. Um, so, so you say it's time for you to say goodbye. It's been fun. Everyone, please stay safe, pray, and hydrate. Have a great night. Sleep well, cookies. Oh, gosh. All right. Y'all, I'm gonna just leave that with you and Sherry. All right, I'm moving on to the next one. I think I think this slide comes just in time. So I'm actually going to ask all of you, as you all get your final digs in at the wagyu sliders that are coming around on the trays that the staff has so kindly arranged for us. What have you been interested in then in this week? Has anything specifically caught your eye, news wise? It can be related to music, current events, whatever. It's not specifically tied to music or Lenny Kravitz, um, unless you want it to be with his permission and he is okay with it. Um, y'all, oh my Hi, Mom. Happy birthday. Uh, so yeah, what has been interesting for you? Comment, let me know. And this is where I also get to say thank you. And be sure to like this video if you have not already. Like it, comment, subscribe, share it with all your contacts. It's a free way to support the channel, and it means a lot. Stay fantastic. Do stay hydrated. Stay fabulous in whatever version of sexy makes you feel comfortable and healthy. Yeah, share this and follow me also on other things. Jason and Gina stay hyping me up on Instagram, and I appreciate that. It's actually fun seeing when you guys like, please do let me know when you do follow me, like, oh, I was on your YouTube, because that way I can like start to connect names, because it might not always be the same exact one. So yeah, actually do let me know. And if you see me in the streets, no, this is not that song. My brain went straight to the song as I said that. But if you see me in the streets, as in if you see me around New York, let me know you see me. Because if I walk past you, I'm not trying to ignore you. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, I don't want people thinking I'm like out here just hating. Okay, Lydia, you said the award shows and the upcoming award for Prince Harry. Yes, I thought that was really cool to just all of these award shows have been quite interesting to, I guess, see the results because I don't really watch the award ceremonies themselves. But I love it when like people who, I've followed for a number of years, get their their flowers, their honor. It's beautiful to see the fashion, um, the styling, and what's really nice when like uh, the men attending the awards wear like suits that aren't just a typical penguin suit, a little brocade, a little color, love that. I love that. And like a nice bow tie, so, and I also think who had a really beautiful, um, gosh, I feel like the looks also felt less cookie cutter. Like I didn't feel like I saw as much trend. I feel like I saw more individuals, but maybe that's just me. As far as what the women were wearing on the carpets, I felt like the looks looked more like people dressed for their bodies. And I think that might be, again, maybe it's who I'm watching, it's who's sharing it with me, but it could also be that as, styling and, you know, understanding of just how diverse fashion is and how diverse bodies are, that we just expand. I know that like there are some things that you'll always see, strapless something, but yeah. And as far as the award for Prince Harry, when you do the work, you get recognized. And if someone's mad, then, well, they didn't get the award. So I don't know how relevant that opinion is. It's not drama. It's just not relevant. So thank you, Lydia, for that one. Arshar, you said your cousin lives in New York, works for CBS. One day I'll visit there. Listen, you, me, we go to CBS. Let's arrange an interview for something and invite specifically Lenny Kravitz and Sherry Shepherd. And let's do it on air and let's see how that works. And I promise to be as neutral a party to the situation as possible, given that I will likely have to hold you back, Marshar. But very cool. So what does she do at CBS? And where are you? And only share what you're comfortable with, nothing identifiable or anything like that. But very cool and glad to know. Holla when you get here. Oh yeah. The crazy weather, snowstorms, rainstorms, it's a mess. Where are these happening? I haven't actually been following weather news, so I'm guessing the Midwest because that's usually where all the crazy weather starts until it starts to spread everywhere else. And then like New York gets like a little bit of it and then gets a lot of it and then a little bit of it and then it goes back into like raining forever and then you get a whole bunch of sunlight in May. And then I don't know what happens really west of there because Montana and Oklahoma and California and Nevada and, those states have a lot of geography. So, Oh, I didn't see Fantasia's looks. I'll have to look like specifically check them out because I love her. She seems quite sweet. And it's so funny how like all these people who are so talented and you don't even think about them. I don't necessarily think about Fantasia day to day, but I remember I was watching it with my cousin, one of the ones from the wonderful state of Georgia and interesting hip hop. You know who you are. Hello. Cause what's up? What's up? We were watching, I think it was a documentary with her. And one of the things that we were like amazed by, like we were literally like, oh my God, it's so cool, is how she kind of just turned on and became this other person between the stairs mounting the stage and when she like went on into her light and like you could see it. And it was funny because we were both, without saying it at the same time, we looked at each other and we're like, oh my gosh, she's like a different person. So it's cool to to like think about her, and like I'm glad that she was at the award shows. So let me see. Just trying to see, because you've gotten me curious now. I oh I didn't even realize this was her, because I wasn't looking at it directly. Like I kind of just glanced. I didn't even realize this was her at the Golden Globes. When I was talking about that uh strapless dress, I was specifically thinking about the one she wore to the Golden Globes and just how amazing it was. Yep. Sorry, that was my phone that made all that noise. But yeah, she did beautifully. Absolutely. Just A1 styling. Okay, let's see. Looking forward to okay. Okay. It's a deal. Martha says, it's a deal, Lauren. I'll be happy to be with Lenny, and Sherry won't be happy to be with me. Oh man. And you're in Texas. Hey. How is the weather? Yeah, that's my question. On Texas, how's the weather? Yeah. V Thomas agrees. Fantasia looks fabulous. Marsha also agreed. Fantasia looks fabulous. Lavender says, interested to see how the Cat Williams. Yeah, that saga is. That's when I do that thing where the whelp meme. I think it's SpongeBob. If you're not familiar, I don't have it on hand or anything, but SpongeBob is getting out of his chair and he goes, "Well," it's like that's where I exit. Once like actual drama that's going to affect lives and careers starts popping, I'm like, that's where I. All right. I just can't afford to be having an opinion on things that don't. I can't. Ah, oof, oof. For all involved, I wish everybody well. That's. It's been cold. Marsha, you say it's been cold in for Texas. Yeah, have you noticed that it's like kind of the past few years been like a thing that's kind of been de rigueur. Like this has been happening in Texas. Global warming, but we're not gonna talk about that. I think I have one slide left. Two slides technically, but it's the same stuff. So generally, let me see if I can I move this around a little bit? I don't know. Well, let me. Y'all, I don't know how Baron be changing. Listen, that man is an education in how to use StreamYard. So that is why you get referenced. Thank you very much. But moving this stuff around is like a whole like experience. I don't know. Okay, so if I like, I'm smushing me for a little bit, just a little bit. So yeah, this is the part where, I'm just officially asking as official Lauren Brown, who officially is so happy to have all of you here, and it is so officially happy to say welcome to the neighborhood. If you are watching this for the first time, welcome. If you are returning, welcome. Thank you for being here, y'all. I love having the chance to hang out. It's fun. And yeah, we're hoping for some nice calm weather this winter for Texas. But yeah, for the neighborhood and the neighborhood hangouts, please do comment now, tomorrow, and DM me. Some of y'all have my numbers and whatever. What topics and ideas would you like to delve into? Now, I have some stuff already, so maybe you just want to stay along for the ride and let me carry you where we're going to go. But if there's anything that you want to specifically, maybe a day about Lenny Kravitz where I just ask Lenny Kravitz trivia, or maybe I do a day on rock music with samples that are under 5 seconds. That'd be fun, right? You guys would enjoy that. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Anyway, yeah, just let me know. But also just wanted to let you know that it will be on a different day next week, probably further in the week, so sooner than this one. As this is the birthday week. Yeah, I'm celebrating existing, so Saturday evening will not be available time. So yeah, just wanted to give you the heads up so you didn't think I was dropping anybody. No, not my neighborhood. Not my neighborhood. Um oh, you just like to stay on brand, Marshar. Stay never change. Never change. Never change. Oh my gosh. Sheila says you say it's 29 right now and you're right outside of Dallas, Texas. Celsius? Oh, geez. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I hope your power grid's like been like maximized. And when I say maximized, I mean fortified. That's what I mean to say. And that, y'all are just uh, oh boy. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you being on brand. Um, Delphine, happy to hear your comments again. Uh, d- you said God help us so that the orange man don't get a sit at any table to make decisions for himself and his friends. That's a thought. That is a thought that people have. What I say is whatever you do believe, vote. Make sure that your rights are heard and preserved however you believe they should be. But most importantly, think of how you live in a neighborhood, a larger community, and how what one leader does impacts other people who may or may not be like yourself. But vote and yeah. But I do hear you. Thank you for sharing that perspective. Lady T says this John Baptiste documentary is really good. I'm so glad that we could accompany you while you watched that documentary. You're really making me want to go watch that. So between that and the James Brown biopic, it seems like it's going to be a music movie night or weekend, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Oh man. All right. And Marsha, Texas Power Grid. What's that? I just want everyone to be warm. And yeah. And with that, I officially conclude our wonderful evening together, our neighborhood hangout, our chat here at Official Lauren Brown. I thank you so much for being such wonderful guests. Each of you brought a beautiful gift and the wonderful donations. And Sharon, thank you. Lynn, thank you. Lady T, thank you. The champagne, the Dom Perignon that you bought was just so delicious, and I hid that from everyone. So no, that was not in the flask. But no, thank you all, and happy birthday to my mommy because I love her very much, and she is like, ah, she is the best rum cake you could ever have in your life. That's what she is. She is, she is the perfect earrings to go with your favorite dress that you bought. The earrings you think of when you see the dress in the store and suddenly you're like, "Oh my god, if I don't pair these two things together, I'm at a loss." She is the she's the gravy that you just gently and oh so happily dip your wagyu um that's been very lightly seared on either side into. She is the Kobe beef that you said, oh my gosh, I know now why I waited this long to come to Japan. She is the person who sings you songs about Linstead Market to make you fall asleep when you are a child. And now, every time you hear about it, you think about those moments. She is, yeah, I think she's one of the most understanding, caring, and thoughtful people. And most who know her also think she is quite attractive. Thank you, Mom, for making me cute, at least halfway. Because Dad has some part to do with that. Y'all, I gotta show you pictures of my parents when they were little. It was like, when I say little, I mean grown, but you know, when they was young, before I existed. They were fly. I said, oh my gosh, my dad's face at their wedding, I literally joke and I say, all he thought when he was posing was, this is my sexy face. Like, it just, they had no business. They had no business. It's offensive. I don't know. I don't know. So one day you may see a photo and you'll understand what I mean, because I actually, as you know, I don't really lie on here. I'll tell you. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I'm going to acknowledge all of you, but I just had to acknowledge my mommy because it is and has been her birthday week. So yeah. Yeah, she's awesome. Okay. So Lady T, thanks for hanging out. Lydia, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. B. Thomas, yes, thank you for the wishes, the well wishes and the birthday wishes. Happy birthday to your mama, official Lauren Brown. Thank you. I'll let her know that you sent her virtual champagne. Alan, thanks for having me on your show. Of course, thank you for being here. Welcome to the neighborhood. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you at the next one. And let me know your have your favorite Alvin Slaughter song in mind for the next one, and let me know. Lydia Washington says, happy birthday to your mom. Love how you light up when speaking of her. She has that effect literally on everyone. Like, just to know her is to be like, Lorna says, bye, Lauren. Thank you. Wonderful podcast. Thank you for that. And thanks, mods. Yes, thank you to all of my moderators for being literally so fabulous. Thank you for your constant support and your positivity. And thank you to everyone who was so patient with me today. And the timing of this hangout, it is not, is new. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Marshar, so happy to visit Lauren's neighborhood. Y'all have to visit me where I live. Oh, Marshar, I doubt that it's anything like that, considering just how happily you live your life. I'm sure it's a wonderful home that you have. And thank you. And yes, of course, you're welcome. Welcome to the neighborhood. Lavender says, it's been fun. Of course, it's been fun having you. So glad to see you at the neighborhood. Can't wait to see you in the next hangout. And this channel will be doing more than this, but I just feel like in these winter days too, it's also nice to have some hangouts, some social stuff, right? Delphine says, wow, happy birthday to your mommy. Yeah, that's the vibe. I have to find her and give her a million kisses or something. B. Thomas says, thanks for a great evening, official Lauren Brown. Thank you. And thank you for coming. And I don't have a skirt, so I can't curtsy. So yeah. But you are so welcome. And yeah, thank you all. So please do all have a great technically rest of your day and a wonderful Sunday. And yeah, I wish everybody the best, and thank you for being here. So with that, I will see you in the next one, like, share, subscribe. Amen.